I was super tired. I came back home and have some rest. Now I feel fresh because today I had 4 hours at university and teaching nonstop. You know, the university you have to talk for 1 hour. You don't. It's just and the standing and talking, and I was super tired.
Teacher, that's a very good job. I want a job like that. I would just want to talk for hours.
Yeah, yeah, talking. I mean, you can talk, but you know, at the end of 4 hours, I tried to speak, but I couldn't speak that much. You know, because talking 4 hours and teaching math, it's not like teaching other subjects. Because when you're teaching math, you can't ask students, okay, make a group and discuss this topic, or you cannot just give anything to for discussion. You have to talk, you have to explain, you have to teach. So
But teacher, is it like just 4 hours full or
yeah,
like
our one
there's
session
breaks?
is 50 minutes. 50 minutes, 10-minute break, 50 minutes, 10-minute break. It's like this.
Ah,
So IT from 10
all
to
poor
10:50,
kids.
10-minute break, 11 to 11:50, 10-minute break. After that, I had
Teacher,
lunch and some
those
rest. Again,
students,
1 to 3. So, all right.
teacher, they must be very tired, those students.
Yeah, actually, if we just have rest, you know, like 30 minutes or 1 hour after that, I feel fresh and I can teach 3 4 more hours. No problem. Guys, Sona is here now. Let's start. We were talking about this as what is it? S1, that is secondary one. And after that, if we have time, we will start S2 today. Um, okay, we have a discussion and exchange our ideas. And if you have better idea, let's see. Okay, in this way, 2 3 weeks we will do some revision. All right. Sona, welcome. Sona Mirzaeva. Mirzaeva. Hi, Sona. Sona, we were waiting for you. You are here now. Okay, we will. Oh, also, we have Ibrahim here. Guys, last time we were discussing about this question, right? It's about the, what is it? Uh, yes, this one. Did you have any answer about this?
Teacher, my dad explained that question to me. Like it should be 18 multiplied by 17, but I didn't really understand. Like,
18 multiplied by 17?
yes, teacher, it should be something. I don't know. It's not actually that. He tried it to explain it, but I didn't really understand it yet. So like
No, no, it's not like this.
we have to at least like we have to think of 10 multiplied by 18 and then lower it as much as possible so that it will be like still 18, like it could still be given shared amongst 18 people. Not that hard.
Okay. All right. Stefan, do you remember this question? Musa, Sona, it was about a cake, right? And if you're allowed to make 3 cuts, what is the maximum number of pieces you can make? I mean, equal pieces. Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
also, we saw
Yes.
this kind of question, right? Also, it's the Sasmo question. And if you are allowed to make 3 cuts, what is the maximum number of equal pieces we can make? And how did we solve this problem? If you remember, we just cut from here, number 1, and we just cut from here, number 2, and after that, we just cut from the middle. Okay. Then how many pieces do we have here? Now here we have 8 pieces, right? So that is the maximum. If you're allowed to make 3 cuts, that's the maximum number of pieces we can make. You cannot make more than 8. If you can, let me know. All right. It is something similar like this. My solution to this question is like this. Here, the question is, what is the least number of cuts required? But what kind of cuts? It's not mentioned here, any kind of cuts, but just cutting 1 time or 2 times. Anyway, required to cut 10 identical sausages so that they can be shared equally among 18 people. Okay. So in the first step, let me just separate our sauces like this. So we have 10 identical sauces. I can just write them as 1 plus 9. Okay. Now this 9 sausages, okay, I will just put them together. That's our first sausage. And this is the second one. And this is the third one. And blah, blah. And here we have the ninth one. Okay. I just make my first cut from here. All right. The first cut from here. Now, how many pieces do we have here? 9 sausages, right? I just make 1 cut. So now here we have 18 half pieces. So I can give this, I mean, to each person 1 half sausage. Okay. Now after that, we have one sausage left. Now still I have one sausage left. And suppose that our sausage is like this. Okay. Again, it's like our cake. Let me just cut from here, number one. And I cut from here, number two. And I cut from here, number three. Okay. And from the top to the bottom, it's like, how to say, just cutting the carrot or potato or tomato, something like that, or watermelon, maybe. Okay. From the top, three cuts. Now here, I made one cut, right? In the second one, now I made three cuts. Okay. Plus, now after that, I cut from here and I cut from here. Okay. So how many pieces do we have here now? Here we have 18 equal pieces, right? Again, I can give one piece to each. So how many cuts did I make here? Altogether, 6 cuts. So that means that with 6 cuts, we can share these 10 sausages equally among 18 people. And Daphne, you should tell this answer to your father. Let's see how they accept, all right? Because I
Teacher,
don't
no,
know.
he did it a similar way. But he just did it a little bit more mathematical, like
Now, what did he get? What was your answer?
I think it was 5.
5? Even
Yes.
less than 6? I wonder how he got 5. Okay, let me know if he
The
got
thing
5.
is, he placed one of those like sausages like that, like standing up.
Yeah, this one, right? We are just doing like
Yes.
this.
So like when he cut it one with knife the whole way, he cut it the one that's standing too. Like, did you get it, teacher? So
Okay,
they were
what
like
about,
sausages like this,
all
and then
right.
another sausage like that. So when you
Okay,
cut it, when you
you're
cut
talking
the
about,
sausages,
yeah, you're talking about one sausage, right? And how about the remaining
yes.
sausages? The remaining 9.
No, like 9 were here. 9 are like placed next to each other all. And then
Okay.
there's another one extra one here,
Ah,
standing like that. So when he cut it, he started to cut it from here there to the end.
oh, I got it now. So that's more, I mean, clever way of cutting, but we should think about this solution. It's also possible.
I
Musa,
I
Sona, did you
didn't
understand
try
what
it yet,
he's saying
teacher.
here, Ibrahim?
Yes.
Here, Daphne's actual solution is actually she put this sausage actually here, right? And doing this cut the same at the same time. So actually here we are saving 1 cut. At the time here we will make 5 cuts. Interesting. This is also interesting answer, but that is
You
very,
don't
very
really need to
clever
cut the
answer.
sausages too. You can just rip them into two, but
Yeah,
well,
good.
you can just bite it up too.
Well, let's just again, let me think about the solution is acceptable, but that is because nothing is said here about how you are cutting, right? Or how you are going to cut. That's why also since it's just a single cut, where maybe we have a very, very big knife, single cut, I think that is much better. Let me discover some other people. How do they accept this? Okay, good. Do we have answers to this? Let me just check. We don't have answers. All right. For good guys, let's continue then. And also you should keep that question in mind. Then later also we can discuss this. And how about question 21? Let's do this together. 22, 23, 24 other questions you may try. So in the following cryptography, really? Cryptography, I think this kind of letters is called cryptography. Anyway, whatever it is,
Teacher, yes,
all the
cryptography. We
letters
used
stand
to
for
have this.
different digits. Means different letters stand for different digits. Find the values of A, B, C, and D. That is asked to secondary 1 and secondary 2. The questions are a little bit harder. All right. So now it says that A, 8, B, C, 3, D, 9, 8. So let's start with C. What do you think? What is the value of C? So since it is 4, right? What digit is the multiple subtract? I mean, what digit minus 8 is equal to 4?
6.
So the C cannot be, I mean, if it is 9 or anything less than, it's not, right? So
6, teacher.
6, only 6?
Yes.
How about 2?
No.
12 minus 8, also 4, right?
Ah, yes. Wait, not 6. Yes, 2.
So
Cannot be
like
6.
not 0, not 1. If it can be 2. Or how about, is it all?
That's all. But teacher, in the next one, we gotta keep in mind that we're going to like add one more
Yes.
to what we found.
Okay.
Because it's going to be 12 actually.
All right. Okay, if C equals 2, then here we have 12. We borrow 1 from B. 12 minus 8 is equal to 4. Now here we have 1 less, right? So what number minus 9 equals 1? So it should be either 10, right? Or that's 10, I think. So when we
No,
borrow
teacher,
1 here,
1.
we have 0 here. So what is the value of B then? Is equal to 1. So if I borrow 1 here, it is 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. Here we have 7 left. 7 minus what number? 0. So D should be 7. So what is A? A equals 4. So if you check this, here we have 4, 8, B is 1, C is 2, minus 3, D is 7, 9, 8, right? What is the answer? 12 minus 8, it is 4. Here we have 10. 10 minus 9, it is 1. Here we have 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. And the 4 minus 3, no, it is 5, right? Yes,
Yes.
4, 4. No, 5.
5, teacher.
5 minus 3 is 2, 2014. So now it is 2014. That's why it was asked in 2014. Maybe in this year they asked similar question, but here there will be, what is it, 2021. Okay, but you need to use a similar idea. Okay, guys, this one is for you. Okay, you have 2 minutes. Very simple question. Find the sum of the terms in the nth pair of brackets. In the next one, we will solve a bit harder one. Can you try this? You have 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we'll discuss together. Ibrahim, are you there?
Yes.
How is your internet connection today? Is it good?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Sona, do you have any answer?
Are you calling me?
Yes, Sona. Do you have any answer for this question?
Not really.
Why not, Sona? Why not?
I don't know. I'm kind of confused.
Me too, teacher.
Why?
Like, what way do we use?
You just go by like 5, 6, 7, 8, but I just don't understand really like.
Look here,
Like,
find the sum
what's
of the terms in the nth pair of brackets. This is the first pair, that is the second pair, that's the third pair, and fourth pair, right? If we just continue this, what will be the terms in the nth pair? So in the first pair, the first number is 1.
Plus 1.
In the second pair, right, it is 3. Or let's say in the first pair, this one is 2 times 1. In the second pair, 2 times 2. In the third pair, 2 times 3. So in the nth pair, here we will have 2 times n. And how about the 1 less than 2n? That is 2n minus 1. So what is the sum of these terms? It is 2n minus 1 plus 2n. That's equal to 4n minus 1.
So it's asking to find like the rule of it.
Yeah, the
Okay.
sum of the terms. This one is terms, right? Number sequence.
Teacher,
The
I was
first-
thinking of the end, like the one that means like the last. Yeah.
No. Okay, nth term, because it just
It can be
continues.
something like that.
So in the next paper, that will be a little bit similar question, but at that time, in each pair of brackets, we will have 3 numbers. Okay, maybe 4 numbers. All right, let's continue. How about this question, guys? Can you give a try and tell me the answer? You have 2 minutes. Let's say 2.5 minutes. Okay.
Teacher, we
Very
just
easy
started
question.
this subject geometry today.
You had geometry today?
Yes.
What did you learn about?
I didn't really learn anything else that I didn't really know. But yeah.
I mean, what was the name of the topic?
It was about angles, teacher. Like we have to
Angle.
find an angle out of the ones that are like there's only one given, and then you have to do like use interior co-interior angles and all those stuff, you know.
Good.
It's very
Okay, then.
easy actually.
If
You
you have
just have to
fresh
describe
brain
it, teacher.
memory, then definitely can you do this in 2 minutes? Let's see. How good are you in geometry? It's also a very easy question. What is the question? Find BAC. BAC. Ibrahim, any answer?
No.
Why not?
I'm trying to solve it right now.
Musa, how about you?
No. I'm trying.
Let's see. Now our hope is from
Sure.
Daphne.
Is it 30?
30?
degrees. Yes.
I don't know.
How are we supposed to calculate this with only one given
Just-
number?
No, you can
But here we have
calculate
more
it.
information given, right? As you see, if you look at the triangle APB and also
No, you-
BRC, those two triangles are isosceles triangles, right?
No, think about this. Like when you find like APB, you can mainly find PBA or PAB too, because like they're equal to each other. Those sides, you just have to divide it, like subtract it from 180, and then divide it into so it's easier.
Okay, good. Let's see if Daphne's answer is correct or not. I'm not sure. So guys, here, let's start with RBC. we know that if we draw two parallel lines, and these lines are parallel, and if we just draw the third line here, we call this, what is this? Anyway, if this angle is alpha, this angle is beta, right? What is alpha plus beta is equal to 180 degrees, right? Or that means that beta is equal to 180 minus alpha. Just a minute. Okay, the screen too close. Sometimes, I don't know, it gives kind of pain. Anyway, so using this, all right, and also we know that the sum of the interior angles of any triangle is 180 degrees, okay? Since PQ and the RS, they are parallel, suppose that this angle is alpha, okay? Then this angle should be 180 minus alpha, okay? Now from here, because if I know this angle, we can find this angle, right? So say this isosceles, this one is x, this also x. If this one is y, and also this one is y.
60.
Okay. Now from here, if I know what is x plus y, I can find this angle. Because if, let's say this one is z, what is x plus y plus z is equal to 180. Now from here, x plus x, that is 2x, plus 180 minus alpha, this one is 180, right? That's equal to
Why don't we just
180
use
degrees.
alpha for everything?
Huh?
Why don't we use alpha for everything? Like those two will be like alpha minus 180 divided by 2. Or like,
Alpha for everything? What do you mean? They are not
yes,
equal.
like rather than using x, y, or z, it will be better, easier. Like,
Because they are different angles. I cannot use alpha for x.
yeah, I know different, but do you have to like set, use like minuses and pluses and sorts? It will be easier to understand. Like if it's 180 minus alpha, you can use the same there, like in the other angles too.
I don't know. Definitely, let's finish this, and after that, maybe we can try because these angles are different. That's why I had to use different variable. But now I'm trying to make a connection between this x, y, alpha. And after that, we can get the answer, I think. Anyway, here alpha is equal to 2x. Okay, what is alpha here, right? Now, if I substitute here from the second one, alpha plus 2y is equal to 180 degrees. What is alpha? It is 2x. From here, 2x plus 2y is equal to 180. If you divide both sides by 2, then x plus y is equal to 90 degrees. So since here x plus y equals 90 degrees, what is z? Z must be 90 degrees. So if z equals 90 and this one is 60, this angle should be 30 degrees. So definitely your answer is correct. Now, Daphne, tell me, how did you solve this? Did you solve this in a simpler way? How?
Yes, in a very simpler way. You can clearly see that that z there is 90 degrees, and you can also understand
How can you
that
see that? How?
you can say that because like y and z will probably be equal to 90 degrees. You can figure that out too.
I mean, do you think that because it looks like 90, that's why you are taking this as 90, or?
No, because like y plus z will be 90. That will be 90, so you just subtract that out of 60 and find 30. I did the same way, but like in a very more complicated way. So I just used one number instead of like using 4. So like I just said instead of y, x divided by 2 minus 90. And I just said like instead of x minus 180 minus x divided by 2 minus 180 again.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. You may have different way, but also I'm not saying that that is the best way. Maybe I'm not saying the shortest way. Now this comes to my
It's
mind.
easier when it comes to like the conclusion, teacher, because
Yeah.
like it helps you understand the thing.
Okay, good. All right, guys, let's move to another question. Find the remainder when 2 to the power of 2014 is divided by 7. And this is just S1. Now in S2, we will see a little bit more, maybe harder, I mean, the difficult question. Now, to solve this kind of questions, we know that we need to find, say it's a kind of pattern, right? Now here, 2014, we know that 2 cubed, right, which is equal to 8. If you divide by 7, right, so the 7 remainder will be 1, right? So that's the point. So that means that if the remainder is 1, at the time there's 2 to the power of 2014. Can I write it as 2 cubed and something here? So it's 2014. If you divide this by 3, for example, it is 5, 7. It's not divisible by 3. But if you divide by 13, it is 4, 6, 12. Yes, 12, not 11, right? 2011 is 2012. No, what number is divisible by 3? It is 2 plus 1, it is 3. It's 13, right? 2013 is divisible by 3, right?
Yes.
So if you divide this by 3, here we have 6, 18, 2, 21, it is 7. Here we have 7.
That's not
So I can write it as 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 6, 7, 1. And times, here we have one more 2, right? And that means that we know that that's equal to 8 to the power of 6, 7, 1 times 2. So that means that if you divide this number by 7, the remainder is 1. That means that I can write this 8 to the power of 6, 7, 1 as 7 times, the quotient will be something, plus 1. And here, actually, it's not equal. It's something like this. So that's equal to 2, which is equal to, here we have 2 times 7. That's 14 times A plus 2. That means that if you divide that thing by 7, this is divisible by 7, the remainder will be 2. So the answer is 2. I mean, just in very simple way.
teacher, but the thing there is that you divided 113 into 3, not 140.
Now, 2014, right? What is 3 times 671? 2013. And here we have one more 1. It is 2014. I just write it as a product of 2 and the 2000 to the power 2 to the power of 2013.
Okay, I got it.
Musa, did you understand?
Maybe. Like the last step, I didn't understand. Last step.
Okay. Just one simple example is, let's say here we have 13. I can write it as 3 times 4 plus 1, right? So now if I ask you the question, how about if I divide 2 times 13 by 3? What will be the remainder? Here, what is the remainder? The remainder will be, you multiply by 2, right? The remainder will be 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. Okay? So it is something like this. I'm just doing very simple math here. Here we have 2 to the power of 14. If I just write from the beginning, okay. So now the question is, if I divide this by 7, what will be the remainder? So I can write this one as 2 cubed to the power of 671 times 2, right? If you simplify this, I will get this answer. Now, I know that this 2 to the power of 3, it is divisible by 7. I mean, if you divide by 7, the remainder is 1. So I can write it as like this. I can write it as 7 plus 1 to the power of 671 times, here we have 2. Okay. So now, if we have in general something like this, A plus B to the power of n, I can always write it like this. A times some number, I don't know what number it is, let's say it's quotient, and plus, I can write it as b to the power n. Always. Any number. Like, for example, let's say here we have 3 plus 1 squared, right? For example. Or not 3 plus 1 squared. Let me just write here in algebra, a plus b squared. What is it? It is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Except for one term, every term contains a, as you see here. So I can just take this a out, right? And the remaining part, a plus 2b, let me just denote this by q. Okay, this q is something. And here we have b squared. Okay. In general, it is true. If I have here a plus b cubed, for example, what is it? We know that that's equal to a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. As you see here, all these terms except the last term, it has a, right? The common factor a. If I take this a out, the remaining part, whatever it is, let me just denote this by q. And here I can write it as b cubed. The same thing here. We have 7 plus 1. So I can just write it as, what is it? I can just write it as 7 times, we have some number, a plus 1 to the power of 671, which is equal to just 1. Okay. So here we have 2. Now, if you remove the brackets, here we have 14 times a plus 2. That means that if you divide this number by 7, right, the remainder will be 2.
Yeah, now I understand. Thank you.
Sure. That
And this one is really important. You are going to use this idea a lot, okay? This is a little bit maybe to visualize this, you may have a little bit difficulty, but it's very, very simple logic. Whatever, because I'm not interested with this number, right? I'm not interested about the remainder. If I divide by a, what will be the remainder? So whatever is this number, it's not interesting for us. That's why I'm just denoting by some q. Anyway, let's move to another geometry question. That's the last question. And after that, we will move to S2 2014. Guys, have a look and read it. Okay, 2 minutes. And after that, let's analyze together. All right. So now try this question. It is much easier. Ibrahim,
Okay.
Yes.
But how AB equal AC?
what do you mean?
How it's like AC is more bigger than AB.
How do you know that?
Ah, yeah,
It is
yeah, yeah,
AC,
no.
right? Not AD, Musa.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
I did it.
Really? What did you get?
100 degrees.
100. So angle ADB
A
is equal
ADB.
to 100 degrees. Sona, Musa, Ibrahim, how about you guys? Do you have any answer?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Sona
I'm
Mirzayeva, how
close.
about you?
No. I'm still
Musa,
trying.
you're trying. How are you trying, Sona? Did you draw this on a piece of paper or just thinking?
Just thinking and trying.
I
Yeah,
did
I
draw
mean,
it on a piece
did
of
you
a
draw
paper.
something on a piece of paper and after the thinking, or just looking at the picture and thinking? Because in math, you know, sometimes if the idea does not come, you need to write something on a piece of paper. What is given, draw something and label something. Then you may have some idea, then solve it. Because having idea, you know, is really, really important. Sometimes if you don't have idea, even we cannot solve very simple questions. Anyway, so Daphne, let's solve this together then. It says that AB is equal to AC. That means that that is an isosceles triangle, right? Since it is
Yes.
20, so if this one is x, that's equal to 160. So this angle should be, what is it, 80
80.
degree. And it says that's, all right, BC, where is BC? BC is
AB
equal
equals
to
to
80.
AC.
So this equals this, okay? And BAC equals 20. So
Teacher, doesn't that mean if that equals to that, then BD equals to DC?
BC,
Wow, I just messed it up there. I thought DC equals to BC.
no.
That's how I got 100. But if we have that there, that doesn't help us at all.
I had the same mistake.
So if this angle is alpha, this should be AD minus alpha, because this AD, also this angle is 80.
Yes.
Now from
That's what I
here,
see
how
now.
about this angle? This one is 20 plus alpha.
Why?
Because 80, 160 minus alpha, so this should be 20 plus alpha, so that their sum equals 180. But the diagram shows a triangle ABC
But why
where
CD?
AB equals AC. Okay, they are equal.
They wouldn't do that easy, right? I'm not too clever.
Yeah, BC
Very
equals
simple.
AD and BAC is 20. What is ABB? Okay, no, it is 160.
Are we going to find like, no, that's not it.
But why EC is 80?
So that won't help. It will be 80 degrees too. No matter how much you extend it, the angles will be the same. So now we got a bigger problem.
Yeah.
80 minus, no, 60 plus minus alpha.
Huh?
That will be 60 minus alpha. No, teacher, that's 100 there, not 180.
100. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. 80. Okay. I see. I just wonder, is it ADB? BAC 20. This is 80. Isosceles triangle. Interesting. So now we need your help. Say something.
I'm not sure.
Really, say something.
Teacher, think about this. We have 100 there, we have 80 there. That means alpha plus 80 minus alpha plus 20 plus alpha equals to 180 because we have 180 of the, like, it should be 360. So we have the 180 there. We have another 180, so that's how we're going to solve it. And then that's place 2 plus. And then plus 80.
Yeah, how we can use actually this side is equal to this side.
Teacher, we're going to use the thing under it. The angles.
Angles, what do you mean?
There's like a triangle, and then down there, there's another shape. You see there, teacher?
Where? Can you just tell me the names? I mean, the vertices, which triangle?
Like
Let's say
D,
this one is
C, B.
H.
Yes, H, D, C, B.
H,
See
D,
that?
C, B.
Yes.
It's a trapezium.
Yes. I don't know whatever name it is. That one. We can use that one because we know that it will be all 380. We already got 180. Then 180 equals to alpha plus minus alpha plus 80 plus 20 plus alpha. So, and then plus 80. What? That confuses me. What is the other one in the D, teacher? The angle.
Which one?
Like there's one that's not named there. What is it equal to?
You mean this one?
Yes.
I don't know. That is actually AD minus alpha, but it doesn't give us anything. In terms of alpha, it is AD minus alpha. Okay, let's see. I hope there's no mistake here. I just wonder, is it solvable or not? Because no
Yes.
idea comes to me now. Is it
Teacher,
equal?
I'm doing it. I'm going to
Parallel?
do it.
I can't understand why C is 80.
Which one is AD?
C.
Because AB is equal to AC, right, Musa? So that
Yeah,
means that
yeah.
it's talk about isosceles triangle.
I had a mistake there. Yeah. Thank you.
Can I just have a look? No, 1 minute. Secondary 1, the last question. Is it correct? Secondary 1, 2014. Yeah, that's the correct answer. I mean, the question, there's no mistake in the question. Okay, what shall we do, guys? Again, we have one question that we didn't solve it. We should just keep thinking over
Teacher, I'm
this.
solving it. It's easy. I'm solving it.
Really? Okay, let's see.
And I'm going to send a photo to my parents too, in case I can't do it.
Yeah, good. This 180, it is parallel. So if this is equal, it's also equal. No.
Teacher, I found alpha.
How?
it equals to 80.
20. Okay,
But that doesn't make sense, no. But teacher, when you say 80 plus 20 plus alpha equals to 180, it makes 80 equals to alpha. What did I do wrong? Teacher, I found alpha minus 180 equals to minus 180.
Then alpha becomes 0.
Yes. It's either 80 and then that angle becomes 0, or it's either alpha equals to 0.
Okay. Yeah, let's stop here. We can keep thinking, but really no idea comes. Sona doesn't help us. Musa has no idea.
No,
Okay.
I had an idea, but I saw no, no.
Teacher,
Yeah,
I sent it to a group chat where there's like clever people. So if an answer comes out of there, that's
Yeah.
good.
Share with us in WhatsApp, okay? If anybody answers. Daphne, let me close this for a while, all right? We will, because if we keep thinking, if idea doesn't come, we may waste a lot of time. Let me just tell you what we are going to do next time. And I hope if there's no mistake, sometimes, when I'm just talking with you, idea does not come right after the class, and immediately I have idea, then solve this. So
Teacher, the same
sometimes we
thing.
should have some.
I ask my parents, they tell me like a word that's not even about it because my brain has been working on it. And then I'm like, God, I had to do that way.
Yeah. Yeah, because also our brain, I'm thinking, working. Sometimes it happens to me sometimes when I'm tired. I look at the question. I know I can do that, but the idea doesn't come. We cannot do anything. Now we have in this situation, no problem. So that was S1. And S2, we have already did a few questions. This question 1, if you remember, we already did this. Question 2, also, we have just done this, right? And question 3, also done this. Question 4, also done this. Question 5, and question, maybe we will continue from somewhere else, okay? So in our next class, we actually do this S2 questions. After that, we will move to 2015. After the 2016 and 17, and maybe free stuff for a while then, and learn some new topics. And in this way, we will continue. Actually, it will reach the end of March by doing the things, okay? Then Defna,
no.
Musa, Sona, let me finish this class, all right? Because if I continue, it takes more than 5 minutes. Now we have
Okay,
3 minutes
teacher.
left. Maybe next time we can have a bit longer class, okay? If you have time, this 2014 S2, have a look, okay? Practice these questions. And I have already shared, I think, what's up. And next class, we will solve questions from S2 2014. If you have more time, then we will start 2015. Okay.
Okay.
Because now I have another class that we have some break and we'll start next class. Thank you guys. Have a nice weekend. It's not weekend yet. I will see you on Monday, next Monday.
Okay. Thank you too. Goodbye. Good luck.
Definitely, if you see any kind of question like this, similar but beautiful questions, you can just drop this in WhatsApp, okay? And also we can have, because sometimes also on the internet, I see really beautiful, nice questions. So, I mean, at this level, so you can share
Don't
with us and
challenge me,
give it
teachers.
back, okay?
There's a lot of questions that I waste hours solving. For example, one question is actually very easy, but it's just that it doesn't informs you that you should use the certain rule where there's 3, 4, and 5 triangle. So I wasted hours on thinking and thinking. I couldn't find it, and then I gave it to my teacher so that she could look at it while I'm doing other questions so that I don't waste time. And then she was like, is it maybe like this? And then we found the answer right away. It was actually very easy. But the
Yeah.
thing is, you have to think and sort of find certain things in it. That makes it
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah, as I say in Sasmo type, after we see like 2, 3 papers, you have some idea what kind of questions actually they ask in Sasmo. And sometimes if you see the similar questions in internet or somewhere, you can just take a picture and share with us. Also, usually if I like the question, I just note it down and type it nicely. And after that, I discuss with my students or ask them, and it will be nice. Okay. All right, Daphne. Thank you very much. I'll see you on Monday. Okay. Have a
Bye,
good
teacher.
night. See you next week.